Sauce, what's up? Hey, you were saying in Berlin that you were looking forward to the bye week. Did you did you kind of get settled a little bit, or it's
I
probably
did
busy
get
for you, right?
yeah, I did get settled a little bit. I'm supposed to move into my house next week, so
Okay,
I'm looking forward to that. It's a blessing to be able to have two bye weeks in the season,
okay,
So this one was more like chill and relaxed than my first one. I ended up going like out the country, so
right.
um, yeah,
All right, cool. Thank you.
James.
Yeah, hopefully you got a chance to grab some more clothes. And,
yeah.
on a more serious note, this week, Charvarius Ward, it's a possibility he could be elevated from IR and return. What do you think about the possibility of being paired with a guy like that? And have you had someone in your career early on that you can compare to that level, opposite of you on the field?
I feel like everybody that's opposite of me, I feel like in the past we've meshed very well, like DJ Reed, Brandon Stevens, and stuff like that. You know, uh, Charvarius, he been a dog, since he was in San Fran, since he was in Kansas City. So, I'm looking forward to just going out there together and, putting on a clinic. But, you know, from afar watching him, he's always been like that guy. So, we've been chopping it up a lot, talking ball, talking life in general. He a great dude for sure. Great person to be around. His work ethic and, film study routine, everything that he do, is pretty good. So, I'm looking forward to him getting back out there for sure.
Nathan.
Hey, Sauce. Guys have a big matchup this week facing Patrick Mahomes and this Chiefs offense. I know as a team, record-wise, they're maybe not firing quite on all cylinders, but I imagine big tasks to go up against Mahomes and Andy Reid anytime you would play them. I think you played them once in your career, maybe a couple seasons ago. What did you take away from that matchup, that experience, and kind of what's your mindset or your target coming into this game on Sunday?
I mean, you can tell like they've been together for a while, So I mean, those they got high caliber players, all around on a O line, quarterback, tight end, receiver, running back, like high caliber players, especially Andy Reid. He do his thing, but I'm just looking forward to going out there and just flying around, communicating, having fun out there. I was just talking to Coach Lou, and he just told me like, you had a great game. We just need you to, be you. Like, given everything that happened, we don't need you to like feel like all the pressure is on you. Because as long as you at your best, and you being there for your teammates, that's all that matters. So yeah, that's mainly it. Just being the best teammate I could be, being the best player I could be. So yeah.
Lou is someone in particular, a defensive coordinator in his time on the Bengals, that has had a lot of luck against this Chiefs offense. I don't know how deep you guys have gotten into game prep for this week, and I know you maybe don't want to give away specifics, but
Yeah.
from your opportunity getting to know Lou a little bit in the short time you've been with the Colts, what do you feel like maybe makes him particularly special or good at attacking just the way that this Chiefs offense likes to play?
I mean, I'm not gonna go too much into the Chiefs, but like one thing I can say about him, he's extremely confident when it comes to his play calling, when it comes to his film study and the opponent that we play. So it's more so like he know his personnel, he know the players that he got, and he know our strengths. So it's like, okay, like I'm gonna make sure I put these guys in position to be at their best and make plays. So it's more like this is the play that I'm calling. This is what we're running. And it's like it's never going to be a question of why he's calling these plays because he already know that there are strengths and we know what our strengths are as a collective group. So it's like, okay, like it's great to have a defensive coordinator that is very in tune with his defense. So yeah, I feel like that's why he's been able to have a lot of success in the league for sure.
JJ.
Sauce, you said you spent the bye week going out of the country a little bit. I'm just curious, like when your mind maybe sort of drifted or you cleared your mind, like what hit you about the opportunity that's ahead for you with this Colts team going forward?
All right, so one, I went out of the country the first bye week.
First bye week, okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought about it. I'm like, maybe I said that wrong. The first bye week I went out of the country. This one I just had went to Miami a little bit. But can you re-ask the question you said about
Yeah,
like my
well, like
future?
when you just maybe had some, quiet time or downtime, like when you started thinking about this opportunity ahead of you, what sort of hit you about it?
It's crazy. Like it's really crazy how God worked because like I can be an overthinker at times. A lot of times it's like in a great way. But I was just like, man, like what more do I need to do? Like just chasing certain things, like feeling like all the pressure is on me. Like I don't really feel pressure like that, but feeling like I need to just do X, Y, and Z, and so many of these things. And it's crazy. Like when I walked in today, I had talked to a little part of the meeting. So that's what I was thinking about a little bit. But just my future, like I've been told y'all, like it just worked out exactly how I wanted it to. Everything is great here. Everything like staff, my teammates, the coaches, everybody is just great. And this is where I want to be. Like I
How
feel
much
like I bring a lot to the table. I feel like this organization brings a lot to the table for me. So it's just great.
how much then, Sauce, did that kind of comment from Lou mean to you? Just kind of in, talking about what you kind of thought about during the bye week.
Man, it meant a lot. It was kind of like it was kind of shocking. It was kind of shocking because I was like, was you reading my mind over the bye week or something? Because he texted me over the bye. So we was like chopping it up, but we didn't have no like in-depth conversation. So it was kind of crazy, like that's what he said. So it meant a lot. It meant a lot for real. Like, um, man, it's crazy. It's crazy more and more that I think about it. But yeah, it definitely meant a lot and changed my perspective when it comes to things because when I was out there, like I was just doing my job. Like I was doing my job, like and the other 10 guys was doing their job. So it was like easy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doing their 111th. And I feel like that's how football should be played. That's how defense should be played. But, you know, I can't make it more than that.
We just have a couple more here. We'll go to Joel.
Hey, I know you kind of had to do it on the fly to get ready for the game against Atlanta, but having the bye week, how do you feel about just being in the defense and knowing all the calls and everything now?
Man, it feels great. It's crazy. Like, given all of the plays that we had called to really not mess up for real. Like my main mess up of the game was when what's his name, Darnell Mooney, when he caught that out route. I should have still been pressed. Like I should have still been pressed, but I ended up backing off. That was like my main like mess up. And it's like I feel like I'm a perfectionist. I try to be. So that's kind of what I feel is expected out of me. But I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be able to do that type of do what I did. But it's just great to be able to have this week to just relax in a good way. Like, process everything. It's Monday, play on a Sunday, so I got more than enough time to just be even more comfortable with everything that we're doing.
And then last question, we'll bounce back to James.
Yeah, one more on Mooney Sauce. Most of the time when you're in a cornerback room, especially early in your career, you're the most accomplished guy. When you look at Mooney and he has something that you don't in a Super Bowl championship and he has the All Pro, he got paid and things like that, it's on par with you. How motivating is that in a sense of like, oh man, like he been where I want to go, and now we have a chance to hopefully, now I can't see the future and all that, one game at a time, but
Yeah.
do something special together.
I mean, it's great, because like we elevate the whole room, everybody like, everybody elevating each other, everybody bouncing off of each other's energy and, accomplishments and like everything like that. So it's great. But, like I said, I already knew like what he do, what he brings to the table. Like he a dog. So, it's always good being a corner knowing you don't really got to worry about the person on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we play a game that's not really perfect. We're not perfect, so sometimes people gonna catch the ball, stuff like that. But like, knowing you got another shutdown guy on the other side, it's great for the defense. It's great for the whole defense because it's certain things like the backers, the linebackers can know, like, okay, we got those guys on the outside, and even up front, they feeling the same way. But even Makai, like Makai he was strapping when we was in Berlin. So it's like the depth that we have, it is great. We got a lot of dogs in that room, and that goes from outside corners to the nickels to the safeties. It's a lot of great top tier players in there.